My friend always used to tell me, కాగితంబు నందు కలిగిన అక్షరాలు చదివినంత ధరిని చతురుడగున అక్షరంబు ఎందు అర్థంబు నెరుగుచు చదివినట్టి వాడే చతురుడగును. So today is November 15th and yesterday was November 14th. November 15, 2023, I would like to advise students, especially children, that read between the lines, understand the symbols, the esoteric meaning, and develop your spiritual intelligence along with emotional intelligence and IQ. Hi, this is Dr. Challa Krishnavir Abhishek, also known as Challa Krishnavir Abhishek Laughter Puppy. Krishnaviruda Laughter Puppy Dwara Challavarche Abhishekam. So today I am going to St. Joseph's College for Women and I am going to teach them that fear, F-E-A-R, is false evidence appearing real, and F-A-I-L, fail, is first attempt in learning. So let's motivate them. Let us fill them with the heart to swallow truths. Let us grind the truths and give them as the elixir of life. See you.
Lord, make us instruments of your peace. Words of pride and prejudice shall cease. When we are your instruments of peace.
We are all instruments of what? So basically when we talk about peace, so when the world is in pieces, can we be in peace? What is happening at Israel and Palestine? Is it good? How many innocent children are being killed? Is it good? Can we be happy when someone is being killed? What about Russia-Ukraine war? Can we be happy? Okay, there are a lot of innocent children, women and men are dying. So as youngsters, your opinions matter. So once you give your opinions, it will make lot of changes. The kingdom of God is within you. It is here. So you have two options. Either make this heaven or make this hell. So many of us, we choose to make this hell. Let us make this heaven. A place of bliss, a place of ecstasy, a place of happiness. That is very, very important. Do you think Ambani is happy? He is a billionaire. Is he happy? There are many people who are living in huts who are happy because they made this a heaven, not this. You have to find yourself. You have to hone your soft skills. That is the main reason why I am called. Today you learn nothing new. You just learn how to be more effective, more productive, more efficient and more happy. When you become desireless, when you are happy when you are satiated with whatever you have, you get that ananda, you get that bliss, you get that ecstasy. So how to develop that sort of culture, how to cultivate that sort of mindset is very, very important. Take me from untruth to truth. Take me from ignorance to bliss. Take me from death to immortality. Can we become immortal, ever existent? Can we cheat death? We cherish Abdul Kalam. Is he physically? Is dead physically, but alive in our hearts spiritually. So that is the sort of impact you have to create in your life. A great philosopher, Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan, he was the second Vice Chancellor of Andhra University. Do you know that? The second President of India was the second Vice Chancellor of Andhra University. He is immortal in our hearts. His thoughts are present in us. His actions are present in us. His philosophy is present in us. His teachings are present in us. His findings are present in us. Now, for example, you talk about St. Joseph's College. Who is St. Joseph? Did you have a question? So you are in a heritage site in Vizag. Actually, we are studying in a heritage monument site of Vizag. This is a very famous place. It's a very historical place, St. Joseph's College. William Wordsworth, he is called romantic poet. Romantic means being sensitive. Seeing flowers, he used to, burst out with tears. He was so sensitive. He used to enjoy and relish and cherish every moment around him. So understanding and feeling the pain of others, being sensitive to their pain is empathy. So what is sympathy? Just showing concern. But if you are showing concern along with understanding completely, emotionally connecting with their pain, that is empathy. And Rabindranath Tagore won Nobel Prize in which field? Literature. Okay, he won Nobel Prize in literature. So his famous work is Gitanjali, which is translated into multiple languages and also into English. Where the mind is without fear. Bill Gates, what did he study? Why was he a college dropout? Because he had something great in his mind which is greater than his college, what he was learning from his college. So that is why he is a college dropout, not because he is not interested. For example, if you are coming here and standing and speaking before your class, now you are getting an opportunity to showcase your talent. Don't lose that opportunity. Don't sit back and lose that opportunity. There is a beautiful concept called law of attraction. Now you can attract things through imagination. If you imagine that, if you visualize that it is actually happening, it will definitely happen. To overcome fright, fear, phobia, all these things, the first thing is that you have to visualize that when you are coming onto the stage and speaking and people are applauding. This Voldemort created all this. The spell, you have to use that spell in order to kill this Voldemort. In order to kill this Voldemort so that you can face your fears. And once you face your fears, you will understand that actually not something to fear about. This is actually something that gives you a thrilling experience. You are missing out a lot of experiences only because of your fear. Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high. Head is held high. What is the meaning of head is held high? Always standing like this. I won't look down. I won't stoop down. Oh. Because you are not looking down, you fell. Means it is not literal, it is symbolic. It is symbolic that you should have self-respect. If you don't respect yourself, how can you respect others? In aeroplanes, they'll say that first wear oxygen mask, first you wear oxygen mask and then you help others. And this symbolism, we take it literally. That is the main problem, especially in religion. So in Puranas means different stories that guide us towards moral thinking. For example, there is something called Mudgal Puran. If you are filled with intellect and wisdom, you will understand how to answer, how to retort, how to reply. You can listen to a lot of lectures free of cost. You have NPTEL. Have you heard about NPTEL? National Program on Technology Enabled Learning. You will be certified by IIT Kharagpur, IIT Madras, IIT Bombay, IIT Delhi. Goethe Zentrum is like Alliance France. It certifies you. There are a lot of levels, A1, A2, B1, B2. If you have B2 level proficiency before applying to Germany, then education is free. Till recently, till 2012, education was also free in Scandinavian countries. What are Scandinavian countries? Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Finland. So all these countries are Scandinavian countries. Education was free till recently. And in Sweden and Norway, there was no examination system till 2010. So pragmaticus, lethargy is, and then fragile. What is brevity? Brevity. Brief. Very good. So what are these words? Why to use these jargon words? For example, if I say that you people are procrastinating, 100 high frequency GRE words and try to memorize all the 500 words and use them in your daily conversation. That's how you develop your language proficiency. You have been studying English and you have been studying other subjects also in English, right? But still, you are more proficient in your mother tongue, which you haven't studied in school and college. How is it possible? Because I didn't restrict Telugu to the four walls. I started enjoying Telugu. I started getting entertainment in Telugu. And when I was speaking in Telugu, I was stress free. That's how you can learn a language, by acquisition. How is acquisition possible? Only if you enjoy the language. Where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls. What's the meaning of this? You have a border, right? Andhra Pradesh, Telangana border, India, Pakistan border, Asia, Europe border, Earth, Mars border. You have borders? We are all Earthians. So we are dividing ourselves based on color, creed, gender, all region, religion. Continue to divide. We'll ask for Telangana, then we'll ask for Uttarandhra, then we'll ask for Rayalaseema, then we'll ask for Vizag, then we'll ask for St. Joseph's as a separate country. There will be no end if you start breaking. If you start making, then there will be end. Where the words come out from the depth of truth. What's the meaning of that? So always say truth, because if you lie, you're always under tremendous stress. You have to question everything, reason everything. So that is very, very important. Into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country awake. Happiness. That is, have you heard about this? Ho'oponopono. Ho'oponopono, a Hawaiian technique. You know Hawaii, the 50th state of the United States of America. Ho'oponopono technique. There it says that, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. So this is the way how you can get rid of the regret. No, you regret a lot of things in life. No, if you say this continuously, you can easily get rid of regret. Is what Hawaiians believe. दुख में सिमरन सब करे, सुख में करे न कोई. जो सुख में सिमरन करे, तो दुख काहे को हो? When you are in adversity, when you are filled with adversity, people remember God. But if you remember God when you are happy also, then these problems, these adversities, these sufferings won't touch you. At least you'll get the strength to face all these sufferings, all these demons, all these asuras. In Buddhism, there is a concept called mindfulness. Mindfulness means being in the present, living in the present moment. If you live in the present moment, then you won't think about the past and you are not sad. If you think about the future, you are restless. So being in the present, then you will be happy. Mahendra Singh Dhoni, at the start of his career, how much he suffered. He fought against all the odds when he came up. You know about this motivational speaker called Nick Vujicic? So he doesn't have 2 hands, he doesn't have 2 legs, but he's still happy, he's married, he's motivating people, he's enthused, he's proactive. We have everything, but still we are unhappy. As I've already told you, the kingdom of God is here. Happiness is here. Now there's something called diminishing marginal utility in economics. The students of economics, you must have studied about that. For example, now you are hungry. If I give you a slice of pizza, you will enjoy. If I give you another slice of pizza, okay. If I give you another, okay. Still okay. If I give you another slice of pizza, no, I'm full. But nowadays we are having it towards people also. Diminishing marginal utility cannot be applied to friends, to family, to spouse, etc. Don't have that. I've seen many people, who have let street dogs inside their home during Diwali so that they stay safe. Now that is a beautiful thing that you can do, right? It's instead of educating people who are not to burst crackers because they'll never listen, it's better, you do something which can protect the dog or the street animals. Feed street animals. You serve because it gives us happiness, not because it gives you some sort of punya or it will remove all the papa. It is not because of punya and pap. It is because of happiness. I'm unstoppable. I'm a poster with no way. And then I'm invincible. I win every single day. I win every single day. I'm so powerful. I don't need batteries to play. I'm so confident. I'm unstoppable today. Someone wants to sing this song here? Who is stopping you? Who is stopping you? This is stopping you. Satan. What is verbal communication? It has four components: L, S, R, W. Listening, speaking, reading, writing. So I have one question. Out of L, S, R, W, which is more important? Why is listening more important? Because when you were a kid, you learned through listening. Because you couldn't speak, you couldn't write, you couldn't read. So you your ears, you also listen through your eyes, you listen through your nose, you listen through your tongue, you listen through touch. So after listening comes speaking. So listening and speaking, they're active skills. Suddenly your mind goes haywire. For example, I'm speaking and my mind goes haywire and suddenly I forget what I'm speaking. I become numb. I become void. I forget what I'm saying. So listening and speaking are two important active skills where you have to be active always. So listening, speaking, reading and writing. These are verbal communication, part of verbal communication. And then you have non-verbal communication. So what is non-verbal communication? Body language. So for example, without listening, speaking, reading and writing, I have to communicate. Without listening, speaking, reading and writing. How can I communicate? Through your eyes. So you can see eye contact, facial expressions, gestures, posture. For example, I am presenting. I am a teacher, I am a lecturer, I am a facilitator. So I have to give a glance at everybody so that everybody is invested in my lecture. So that everybody is interested in my lecture. If I just focus on one person, what will happen? Rest all balle balle, that one person booked. If you don't maintain eye contact, what does it convey? You are not confident, you are not interested, you are lying. And I will give you one technique. In neuro-linguistic programming, in neuro-linguistic programming there is a technique where if a person is thinking and looking at the left side and thinking, it means that he is recollecting from the past. But if he is looking at the right side and thinking, it means he is recreating, spinning a story, fabricating a story. So you can easily spot a liar. That's how forensics, that's how police, they all work. But what's the most important facial expression? Smile. One smile. See, if you smile, smiling is something which is very contagious. If you smile, everybody smiles. If your teacher is like this, you are also like this. If your teacher is smiling, you also smile. Because we humans, we tend to mimic our teacher, our friends, our favorite actor. Smile, an everlasting smile. A smile can bring you near to me. Don't well let me find you gone, 'cause that would bring a tear to me. This world has lost its glory. Let's start a brand new story now, my love. You think that I don't even mean a single word I say. It's only words, and words are all I have to take your heart away. So it's only words, and words are all we have to impress people. In India, for everything it is చేస్తానండి, తప్పకుండా చేస్తా. I'll do it. मैं जरूर करूंगा. Kya? Will you do it or no? You don't know. You are confusing him. This is yes, this is no. But what we do? So we'll confuse the other person. Posture means having an erect posture. It shows that you're confident. And also it's good for your health. So and then comes proxemics. So proxemics talks about space. So based on the space you maintain with the other person, it shows the relation that you have. For example, intimate space means your parents, your loved ones, etc. And then personal space with your friends, and then social space with your colleagues, public space with strangers. And then comes chronomics. Chronomics means time management. So by just following time without speaking anything, you communicate a lot. How? For example, if this class starts at 9 o'clock, if you come to the class by 8:55, it shows that you are interested. If you come to the class at 8:45, very interested. If you come to the class at 9:05, bus traffic problem. 9:15, too much traffic. 9:30, attendance. 8:30, no work. So by just following time without communicating anything, you are saying a lot. That's why time management is very important. Okay, and then comes paralanguage, stress, intonation. For example, if I say, please come, please come. So based on your stress and intonation, now the meaning changes completely. Please come here. Please come here. So there's a lot of difference based on stress and intonation. And then your appearance. Your appearance is also very important, because first impression is the best impression. Maybe your USP, unique selling point. So some people have some style. The people will remember you for that style. Don't be part of the pack of wolves. Be a lion. Now have your own identity. Think on your own, so that you don't regret. No, my friend joined MPC, so I also joined MPC. My friend took BSc, so I also took BSc. Don't follow the pack. So nowadays, more than engineering graduates, arts graduates, science graduates, commerce graduates are having more options, more employment opportunities. You can actually explore a lot compared to engineering graduates. Extroverts means they show everything outside. Being too much of extrovert is also not good. Agreeables are people who trust. So if you are strong agreeable, you trust people very easily. Trusting too much is also not good. And conscience. So what is the meaning of that? So there's something called your conscience that always looks after the words you speak, the deeds you do. They will convey something, but your mind knows what you really mean. So you have to at least answer to your conscience. These people who answer to their conscience are hardworking, well organized, and punctual. And then neuroticism. People who are worried, who are in anxiety, who are filled with apprehension. And then openness. Openness means not extrovert, it means having an open mind. We are sometimes open in words, but closed in mind. Modern is being open in mind. And then ideation. So before you send a message, you have to frame an idea of what to speak. And then you have to encode it. Encoding means giving it a structure and then translating, because we generally think in our mother tongue and we have to translate it into our other tongue, that is English. Then the receiver receives through their ears, through their eyes, through their nose, through their tongue, through touch, everything. And then they decode. Decode means understanding, and then they give feedback. So how am I getting feedback? Here I am sending a message. How am I getting feedback? Based on your non-verbal reactions. So that is also feedback, right? That's how, interviewers, sometimes they try to be intimidating. They do it purposefully. They'll check whether you're confident or not. Always look at the positive side. For example, I asked one of my students, he said, sir, I don't like Mahatma Gandhi. I said, okay, there are, every person has pros and cons. The only person who doesn't have pros and cons is God. If you don't have pros and cons, you're God. Otherwise, if you're human, you have pros and cons. But look at the positive side. See everything as a learning experience. You learn 10,000 ways on how not to make a bulb. That's also learning. That's also an experience. So everything is an experience that you have to cherish. Okay, so being positive, being passionate, that is being enthused, being interested. We don't know what happens after death. We don't know how many years we live. There are many children who died during COVID. But there are many people who died before the age of 30 during COVID. You don't know when you will die. Utilize this opportunity, enjoy every moment. Why are you wasting time? Opportunities and threats are not under your control. For example, there are a lot of vacancies in TCS. You can't decide on the vacancies, right? You have to be ready for the opportunity. You can't, for example, you are going to the interview and suddenly there is heavy downpour. Maybe your vehicle malfunctioned. So these are all threats. They're external. So you have to be ready for these threats and opportunities. For example, if your strength is your domain knowledge, for example, my strength is programming, but my weakness is maybe English proficiency is my weakness. But for your employer, that shouldn't be a weakness. You know how you have to convey your weakness to your employer? When the work is not done on time, I get irritated. That might look like a weakness, but it's actually a strength. But if you attend a place that you're going to present beforehand, the before day, and get accustomed to the place, accustomed to the surroundings, then you will feel more confident. That's the advantage of view the venue. And welcome the viewer. So for example, if your presentation starts at 9, try to be there by 8:30 and see everyone entering the room. Talk to them, make friends, and ask them about their needs, what are their expectations, and then you'll feel more confident, because when you're talking to your friends, you're confident. When you're talking to strangers, you're not confident. So acquaint yourself with your audience. Okay? Master the material that you have to master it. And remember, presentation is not paragraph writing. Don't write paragraphs in your PowerPoint, just write keywords and explain them. Calm your mind, be as calm as possible, as composed as possible, and see to it that see a presentation like an opportunity to prove yourself. You won't get multiple opportunities to prove yourself, and presentation, I believe, is a very good opportunity to prove yourself. And then visualize before speaking. Visualize, close your eyes before coming to the presentation hall, close your eyes, and then visualize as if you're speaking, walking, speaking, people laughing, people clapping, people applauding. Visualize this and come. You'll come with double the energy. Okay? And then avoid apologies. Don't apologize too much. Remember that the audience is sympathetic. For example, if I'm speaking and suddenly my mind goes numb, I stop, or I stutter, I stammer, I fall down, something else happens. Remember that the audience will understand you. Focus on your message, okay, not the medium. We just had an example. The mic didn't work. I just focused on the message, not the medium. That's it. Simple. And turn nervous energy into enthusiasm. There are some people, especially motivational speakers, who shout a lot. Come on, you can do it. Why do they shout, Because they're nervous. So they're transforming their nervous energy into their strength, into enthusiasm. That's it. And speak softly, at the same time, more volume, less speed. And make use of anecdotes. What are anecdotes? Give some stories, backstories, examples, okay, slogans, quotations, and then end with a positive note. There's a proportional connection between the words and your gesture. And because of resilience, I'm standing before you. That is resilience. That will happen only when you're faced with a calamity. Right? So that is why, now I've been working as soft skills trainer since 10 years. But because I faced this problem, this adversity, and I was able to overcome all this. I'm now ready. I feel that I can empathetically convey, not sympathetically, but empathetically convey to everyone. Lockdown, COVID, these adversities, they bring people closer and closer and develops our resilience to fight. And then after resilience, we also have something called patience and perseverance. Be patient, persevere, things will happen. Don't look for instant gratification. Wait, your turn will come. So, empathy is a strong emotion, love is a strong emotion, humility is a strong emotion, self-confidence is a strong emotion. Whereas anger, fear are weak emotions. We have a choice, we have a free will to choose either a strong or a weak emotion. So, the spelling is wrong. The entire wording is wrong. The phonetic, the morphological setting is wrong. The syntax is wrong. But still you are able to read it. How amazing your mind is. Why aren't you utilizing it? The words are jumbled, but still you are able to comprehend. This is called acquisition. Even though the words are jumbled, you are able to read it because of acquisition. So it is all your perspective, how you look at things. Though both are in jail, one person is worried about his jail life, the other person is thinking about the positives in life, the outside nature, the outside beauty. Next. People will never truly understand something until it happens to them. Right now, if you plant a tree, if you plant something, so definitely it will shelter you in the near future. That is why it is our duty to plant as many trees as possible. We only live once? What's your answer? We die only once, but we live? Beautiful. Everybody has their own story, their own sufferings. So we have to be as compassionate as possible. Some people are craving for your type of life, and you are craving for some others type of life. No, we believe we want Ambani's life, but Ambani maybe he wants our life. He wants peace and happiness. We want Shah Rukh Khan's life, but maybe Shah Rukh Khan craves for our life. He can't even go to a shopping mall. Shah Rukh Khan. No, everybody can't achieve your goal. Only you can achieve your goal. There are your steps, the people who help you, your detractors, your helpers. Now you go through all of them and finally you achieve your goal. True laughter is spontaneous. You have the ability to laugh without any reason. Then, very good. Very good. Hey. Very good. Very good. Yay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Abhishek. Really enjoyed.
Thank you.